welcome to another weekend reading vlog. I just got home from work and it is Friday, so I did not read too much during the week this week. I've been kind of busy, but I read a good bit yesterday and I'm almost done with City of Glass. So I'm about to sit down and finish that book because it's gotten really crazy and I haven't read it in a while, so I forgot how wild it gets at the end of City of Glass. So I'm gonna sit down and finish that book and then we'll see where the rest of the weekend takes us. I will either immediately go into Clockwork Angel since I'm doing the reread in publication order, or I may pick up a short book, like I may read Bunny or Legends and Lattes. I don't know yet, so we'll see where this weekend takes us, but I do plan on getting a good bit done since I'm not really busy this weekend. I don't have very many plans, so I'm just gonna get into City of Glass now. Okay, so I have a couple of thoughts. If you read this series, you know that there is a certain plot that happens in the second and third book that is not the best, okay? And I have been struggling because I read these in high school, and okay, there's an incest trope, okay? And that, for some reason, when I was in high school, I saw no problem with this, which is really weird. I don't know why, but I think it was just high school me thinking like, oh, it's fine. It's not fine. Reading this has been really rough for me, but I finally got to the part in which all of that is resolved. So I'm much happier now, but I have like, I think 100 or so pages to go, and we're sticking in it. They're about to probably go to war. I think the big battle's about to happen, and I'm really excited because it's been like consuming me. So I'm gonna finish it. Okay, I'm back in my room. I've officially finished City of Glass. I forgot how good this book was. Here's my thing. So I started rereading these last weekend, as you saw if you watched that vlog, and I have been so scared that I wouldn't like them as much as I did in high school. And this has been like the most fun experience. I absolutely love them. And like, I remember the big things, but I've forgotten enough that it doesn't feel like I'm rereading a book, and I hate the feeling of like, I've already read this, I know what happens. And so I've really enjoyed it. So now it's just for me and my friend to figure out whether or not, or when we're gonna start Clockwork Angel, and that will determine what I'm gonna read next. But I'm probably gonna watch some TV. Daisy Jones and the Six released early yesterday. I've already finished all 3 episodes, and I also am obsessed. I loved them. I love that book. I sobbed at that book, and I know they've changed some things, but so far I feel like the first 3 episodes were pretty good. I would love to know what you thought if you've already watched them. At the point that this vlog is up, I'm sure most people have already seen the first 3 episodes. I would love to know your opinion on it. As for me, I really enjoyed it. I like it, and I will continue to watch it. So I'm gonna go figure out what I'm gonna read next, maybe watch some TV, and I'll update you later. Okay, so I've been playing the Left Behind DLC of The Last of Us for a little bit, and now I'm gonna read some more because I just feel like reading. I talked to my friend. He still has to finish Kingdom of Ash. When he finishes Kingdom of Ash, we're gonna start Clockwork Angel. He said he's hopefully gonna finish it tonight, so we'll probably start Clockwork Angel this weekend. So I decided I was gonna pick up a short book to hold me over until we start that one, and I am picking up Bunny. It's like 300 pages, and I've been wanting to read this for a really long time. So this is what I'm going to pick up for my next read. I'm probably going to go downstairs and read some so that I can like see my dogs, and then I'll probably end up going to bed and I'll pick back up tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and go start this book. So I'm about to get ready to go to bed, and I thought I would update you a little bit. So I started Bunny, if you saw in the last couple clips, and it is very weird. She keeps referring, like, not only to the bunnies, obviously, as bunnies, but she's referring to, like, other people as animals too. Like, one guy, she calls him the lion, and it's very odd. I don't understand. And she's also having violent thoughts, which it just gives me, it's just making me feel icky. She's like sitting here saying that she like despises the bunnies and whatever, but then at the same time she gets invited to hang out with them, and she is literally looking for validation on why she should go from her friend. Like, she clearly wants her friend to tell her she should go, and she like is talking in a way that makes me think she's envious of them, and that's why she's so mad. Like, she seems a little bit, she's just a little salty, and she clearly just like wants them to accept her. Like, I think she wants to be a part of the group, and she's trying to pretend like she doesn't, and that's why she acts like she hates them. It's very weird. I only read like the first 20 pages, and I've been making like little comments in it about, you know, what I thought and my immediate reactions. But I think that I will fly through this book. It's got short chapters, and you know when like that, like a book has short chapters and it's just so easy to read? That's how I am. Like, I fly through books that have short chapters, so I'm very excited. I think that I'll finish it by tomorrow. I'm really happy my friend will be done with Kingdom of Ash, because I really just want to read Clockwork Angel so bad. But I'm going to try and finish Bunny first. So that's the goal. Okay, so I am about to go get probably Starbucks and then some food, and I brought my book with me because I will probably sit down somewhere and read and eat. And other than that, I don't really have plans today. It feels really good outside. It's starting to get warm again, so I may go somewhere and read, but we'll just see what happens. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna bring you with me. I got all the way to the Starbucks next to my house, and it was closed. So I read a little bit in Taziki's when I got food. I'm gonna go to the Starbucks that's closer to this side of town, and I think I'm gonna go home and read outside because it just feels nice. So that's the plan. This is so weird. Okay, I'm on page 219, and I just am very much like, I think I know what's happening, but also I'm very confused about if I know what's happening or not, so we've got to finish it. I'm 100% sure she's schizophrenic based on lots of information in this book, and I'm pretty sure it basically says she is, but I just don't, I'm very confused. Oh no. This is getting so weird. Ah, okay. I am on page 279 now. I have like very little to go, and I am at this point just very confused. I know I'm gonna have to go watch someone talk about this book afterwards, because none of it at this point is making sense. Like, it feels like I took drugs and I'm hallucinating. That's how it feels right now. Literally. This is, I don't understand. My brain hurts from this. Like, I'm on the last chapter. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, okay? Okay. I finished it. And I'm still kind of confused. I don't understand. I'm gonna go watch some videos of people talking about this book because my brain hurts. And then I'm probably gonna start Clockwork Angel. So, there's that. Okay, so obviously I don't want to spoil anything about Bunny, but I've been sitting here and I've been thinking about it. And then I went to Reddit for some confirmation of my thoughts, and it's confusing. I kind of understand it, but I feel like there are more layers to it than my brain can comprehend. But I get the overall understanding of it. I did fly through this book. I would definitely recommend it, but just, I think you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. There's like not an in-between. Just know it is very wild. It's a trip, okay? But I think it was good. I think I liked it. I didn't love it, but I think I liked it. I'm still kind of confused on certain things just because, like, there's not really an answer for certain things or an explanation. It's all like your interpretation, I guess. I need a brain break, so I'm not gonna read anything else tonight, even though I thought about it. I'm gonna start Clockwork Angel tomorrow. I talked to my friend. I think he's gonna start it tomorrow. So that is what I'll read tomorrow. I'm excited to get back to Shadowhunters. This little break from Shadowhunters was a wild ride, though. So if you're interested, definitely pick it up. I'm gonna like watch TV and go to bed. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. I have started Clockwork Angel and I'm so excited about it because, as I've said previously, I've already read The Mortal Instruments and The Infernal Devices, but none of the others. And while I really, like, The Mortal Instruments got me into it and I really like that series, I love The Infernal Devices. This is one of my favorite series. And so I'm really excited to be rereading it because it's been like 10 years almost since I've read these books. And I just know that I'm already not ready for the heartbreak that is gonna ensue towards the end of this trilogy. This time I'm doing publication order, and so I have to read this book and then I go back to The Mortal Instruments, back to this series, back to The Mortal Instruments, back to this series, I think. So it's gonna be a lot of back and forth between the two very different plots, which I think may throw me a little bit. Like, I'm already like so used to reading The Mortal Instruments right now that I'm like, oh, this is London in what, the 1700s? 1800s. This is London, late 1800s. So it's already kind of like weird to me to like have to start all over because it's setting up for everything, whereas I'm like 3 books deep in the other series. But I'm really excited to read it. So I think I'm probably gonna read a good chunk of this today. I think I'm gonna get sucked in. All right, I know I'm gonna get sucked in. So that is my goal, is to like purely read this book today. My hair's wet because I just got out of the shower. Even though it's like it's like 75, the UV was 6. It's too cold in the pool to get in the pool, but I went outside and I laid out for about an hour so I can start, you know, getting ready to be able to lay out at the pool every day this summer. But it felt good enough. The UV was like decent, so I laid out for about an hour until the trees in our backyard made it too shady to stay out there anymore. So I just took a quick shower, but I am about 97 pages into this book, and I forgot how much I like absolutely adore all of them. Henry and Charlotte and Sophie and all of them. So it feels so gross because it's got like tanning oil on it, but I'm gonna continue to read. That's where I've been. There's not very much footage because I was laying out and I'm not gonna film that. But I'm gonna read some more. I'm gonna try and find something to eat though, because I haven't eaten yet and I am starving. So I'm gonna go find a snack or a meal and I'm gonna continue reading. Okay, so this package just showed up. It is actually not supposed to be here till tomorrow, so I was kind of surprised that it came early. It is books, so we're gonna open it together. The only reason I ordered books was because I needed to order the book that we are reading for book club this month. And so I obviously had to tack a couple extras on there. I don't need that. The book we are reading for book club is Daughter of No Worlds. I requested a short book this month, but they decided to pick up a decently sized book. Let's see how many pages are in this. It's about 500 pages, but I have seen on TikTok it be referred to similar, like in relation to ACOTAR, how a lot of people could not put this down the way that they could not put ACOTAR down. And some of the people in book club have already started it. One of them has already finished it because they said it just sucks you in. So I think this is going to be a good read. And then obviously I had to buy a couple extras while I was at it. So I went ahead and picked up My Sister the Serial Killer because I've been wanting to read this. It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be. But I've had my eye on this for a while. It's been in my Amazon wish list for a while, so I went ahead and added it on there. And then the last one I picked up is huge, and it is Anastasia by Sophie Lark. So I have seen people post about this and I have been wanting to read it. Oh my gosh, I did not realize there are illustrations in it. Wait, that's so cool. Okay, cool. But this book is like 650 pages, so this is a big one. But I have been wanting to read this as well since I've seen people post about it. So these are the 3 books that came, and I'm very excited about it. I have been reading a little bit on and off, but I am only on like chapter 6 right now, so I do plan on reading more, but I still have not eaten more than snacks, so I'm probably gonna leave and go get food and then come back and read. Okay, so I'm currently on page 274 of this. So I've read a good chunk of this today. It's like a little bit over 400 pages. It's almost 500 pages. So I've been on and off reading, but I am obsessed. When they mentioned Magnus Bane, I wanted to squeal. I was so excited. I thought I would show you a couple of, so I read this in high school and apparently I highlighted some things. I did not realize that I did that until I was rereading this today. So I thought I would show you just because it's kind of funny the things that like high school me highlighted. The very first one, let's see where it is. Oh, for some reason I just have highlighted this part where, you can't see it, where it says, "We'll find you, Poppet," when they're chasing after her when she's escaping the dark house. And I know for a fact that the reason that I highlighted this in high school was because I have always been obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean, and it reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean when they were looking for Elizabeth. And then I also highlighted here where it says, "One must always be careful of books," said Tessa, "and what is inside them, for words have the power to change us," because I'm obsessed. Clearly, because a couple pages later, I also highlighted this part that says, "I've never seen anyone get so excited over books before you'd think they were diamonds." Clearly, I was relating to the love of books, because those are the only 3 things so far. I don't think there's anything else in this book that's highlighted. It's just those 3 things. So I was clearly very obsessed. But I'm a good chunk of the way through this. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna read for a little bit longer, but then The Last of Us comes out and tonight's gonna be a crazy episode. So once that comes on, I'll be done reading for the night. So I'm just gonna read until then. Okay, so I only read 1 other chapter. On page 294 now, and there's about 470 pages. But I'm gonna go watch The Last of Us. So this is where I'm gonna end the vlog, because I don't think I'm gonna read any more tonight. But if I do, I'm just not gonna film it. So I will most definitely have this book finished by tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna get in bed. I'm gonna watch The Last of Us. I'm probably gonna cry at The Last of Us, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Next week is spring break. Well, not this week. So I have this week, and then next week is spring break. And so I will have lots of content for you. I think that I'm going to do a reading vlog, reading all of the Magnolia Parks series over spring break. So stay tuned for that if you're interested, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.